From the cheater's surveillance cameras, you are about to witness true stories filmed completely live, documenting the raw pain of a spouse or lover torn apart by infidelity. This program is entirely dedicated to the faithful and presented to the false-hearted to encourage their much-needed renewal of temperance and virtue. Coming up on this explosive episode of Cheaters. What the? Are you kidding me? Do not follow me. Who are you? Seriously, who the hell are you people? You have been cheating on me this entire time. Authentic reality television brought to you by the Cheaters Detective Agencies. Private eyes exposing the cheating. Welcome back. You and I are unpacking another scandal-filled episode of Cheaters. Our first case tonight involves Rain Brown, a medical student with serious questions about her boyfriend's suspicious behavior. Rain approached our investigators for answers about his daily activities. I met Abel about 2.5 years ago. We literally met at a house party of all things. I did not even want to go to that party, but there he was. He was just so, like, the most socially awkward guy there. He walked up to me and we instantly hit it off. We just had a ton of the same shared interests, and we became incredibly close friends. We started hanging out constantly after that night, and he was, oh my gosh, he has simply been one of the most... See, I always thought I had the absolute worst streak of luck with guys. He always pushed me to be the very best I could be. I never really had that in my life. 30-year-old Abel, a salesman, is accused of doing business with the competition. After gathering crucial intel about the suspect's daily routine from Rain, the investigators set up surveillance around the house the suspect currently shares with her. A little while later, the suspect known as Abel finally exits his home. He descends the steps and casually walks right to his vehicle. Stick with me here. Tailed by our surveillance team, Abel drives toward a popular downtown bar district. After parking his sedan, the cheating suspect strolls through the neighborhood and slips into a bar. My suspicions really started growing when he constantly kept losing his personal phone. So I put him on my plan since he was using a cheap burner phone. And with my family data plan, it actually has a live tracker attached to it. I got incredibly suspicious and started checking the monthly bills. You can see exactly where the device is. Whenever he told me what specific location he would be in, he was miles away in the completely opposite direction. And I just started getting a little bit concerned. Noted for Pete, the suspect casually greets a bartender with a deep, lingering hug. The unknown woman quickly slides a chair much closer to Abel. The suspect warmly hugs her again before she finally settles into her chair. Suspect Abel hangs out with his new barroom companion for quite some time. A little while later, he finally leaves. We have all seen this before. Completely unaware of our tale, Abel strolls back to his car. The suspect then drives straight back the way he came. Once he parks his car, the cheater's crew wraps up the evening's active surveillance. Sorry, I am just getting really nervous that he might actually be cheating on me again. That this is just my awful luck ruining another relationship. Just another man about to break her heart all over again. She simply cannot forgive him. Rain has endured this pain way too many times before. She has suffered through this exact kind of betrayal so often. She just cannot. She absolutely refuses to put herself through this misery anymore. She completely breaks. The cheater's detective team decides to maintain their stakeout outside his house. A little later, Abel finally steps outside and jumps into his vehicle. Let's follow our suspect right back to that familiar downtown nightlife district. The accused cheater parks his ride and heads straight inside. He hangs around until that mystery bartender from our last stakeout, now fully identified as Danny Cooper, finally appears. Abel welcomes Miss Cooper with a very close, affectionate squeeze. He then happily follows the young woman inside. The two get playful, pausing their foosball game to share a pretty passionate kiss. It clearly looks like Abel is loving every second with his side piece tonight. Hours later, the suspect finally exits the bar. He strolls right to his parked car. Our team tails him closely as Abel drives home wrapping up tonight's watch. The investigative squad keeps a sharp eye on the couple's shared house. A little while later, a strange car pulls up. The side piece Cooper hops out. She strolls right up to the front porch, where Abel gives her a massive hug. She playfully kicks her feet as he literally sweeps her off the ground. Abel casually guides her inside Rain's house. After a very long and busy visit, the cheating duo finally steps back outside. Abel is buckling his open belt. The unfaithful boyfriend and his lover jump into his car. Detectives trail the vehicle to a local supermarket, watching them both stroll inside. Inside the aisles, our undercover camera tracks Abel and his new playmate. They grab some groceries. A little later, carrying a fresh bag of items, the two stroll back to the car. The surveillance crew tails the sneaky pair. Back at the house, Abel plays the perfect gentleman, holding the door for his side chick. They vanish inside. Much later that night, cameras catch a quick shot of Abel bidding her a sweet farewell. Cooper heads back to her car. Once she drives off, investigators gather the proof and dial up a very nervous Rain. Coming up next, the explosive confrontation. Rain's worst nightmares are officially confirmed. The cheaters team arranges a meeting to reveal the dirty evidence. Completely consumed by panic, but desperate for answers, Rain nervously agrees to the briefing. At the office, the host begins by thanking a broken-hearted Rain for coming in today. He mentions the highly suspicious behavior going on between her and her so-called partner, Abel. Now, you and I already know the truth, but the host asks if she is ready. In the surveillance footage, Rain nodded in agreement. Let's kick off this cheating investigation outside their shared residence. Rain instantly recognized the location. It was her own home. Abel emerged from the house, descending the stairs and sliding into his black car. He quickly drove away from the property. He cruised for quite a distance. Finally, investigators watched him park the vehicle. He stepped out, crossed the street, and walked into a local bar, where a friendly bartender immediately greeted him. She gave him a warm hug upon entry, and soon the two were playing foosball. They exchanged several embraces, getting a little romantic. Abel ended up hanging around for quite a while. After that, he headed back home. But the investigation continued. The very next day, cameras staked out Rain's house. A few quiet moments passed before private detectives spotted a silver car approaching. It rolled right into Rain's driveway and parked. Out stepped the exact same woman from the bar just the day before. Abel actually met her outside of his own home, greeting her with a tight hug before leading her inside. Sometime later, he finally emerged. But the most disturbing detail happened as he exited. He was actively threading his belt back through the loops of his pants. The audacity of it was insane. Detectives trailed the cheating pair until they arrived at a grocery store. The two of them hopped out of the car and strolled inside the shop together, holding hands openly. But right before reaching the entrance, Abel stopped her and pointed straight ahead. It looked like he was telling her to go inside first, and he'd follow shortly. But his phone rang. Listen closely with me. What you're about to hear is the raw audio from that exact conversation. It was actually Rain on the other end of the line, completely unaware. She remembered this specific chat with Abel perfectly. Hello. Hey, babe, it's me. I just got off work and it's been a long, busy day. I just wanted to order some pizza. Wanted to see if you wanted to come over. Watch movies, cuddle, decompress. What are you up to? Oh, I'm gonna hang out with the guys tonight. Oh, are you sure? You've been gone quite a bit with the guys. I know, but they wanted me to hang out tonight to go watch a game. Okay, well, I guess I'll just order some pizza. There'll be some left over when you get home, I guess. Have fun. Love you. Love you too. It sounded like a very caring, sweet phone call. Rain offering him food for when he finally got back home. But anyone listening closely could hear something else in her tone, a clear sense of suspicion bubbling right under the surface. Her voice betrayed her growing doubts. Not wanting to be home alone, Rain actually picked up another work shift that night. She already knew Abel wasn't going to come back until much later anyway. Let's watch. The suspicious girlfriend actually went out of her way to work another shift. She claimed she just didn't want to sit home alone. Meanwhile, her boyfriend Abel finished a phone call and walked right into the grocery store. The private investigators caught him with another woman. The two of them picked out some wine after they bought the alcohol. The surveillance team followed them right back to the victim's house. They walked inside together, carrying the wine and a cake. Detectives waited outside. Eventually, Abel and his new mistress emerged from the front door. They shared a close hug. His shirt was completely off. She watched them hug and absolutely broke down. Listen, the host knew she hated seeing this betrayal. She had seen enough evidence. It was time to catch the cheaters red-handed. The television crew quickly hit the road. They finally had their exact location. It was time to ambush them and uncover what Abel was thinking. The victim was ready. She confirmed she was completely sure. It was go time. The camera crew led the way. They marched to the left and straight up the exterior stairs. The panicked mistress demanded nobody make any phone calls. Abel looked stunned. Everyone screamed, demanding to know what was happening. The victim lashed out, screaming at the other woman to identify herself. The mistress screamed right back while Abel desperately tried to pull his girlfriend aside. Both women were losing their minds. The mistress claimed she had absolutely no idea what was happening. The host stepped in, introducing himself and the famous television show, Cheaters. He explained Abel was caught red-handed. The mistress immediately launched into another furious rant. The side piece kept shrieking at the victim, aggressively demanding to know who she was. Absolute chaos filled the street. Security was asked to step in. Guards separated the women, asking Abel if this was what he really wanted. Abel just stood there smiling before aggressively complaining about a security guard pushing him. His girlfriend accused him of constant infidelity, but Abel cowardly denied the affair. He called the mistress a friend. The host then dropped a massive bombshell about the house. The mistress claimed Abel owned the property, completely unaware it was the victim's actual home. Abel had bragged about buying the place, and the host brutally confirmed he was lying. Backed into a corner, Abel finally confessed they had been secretly dating for 4 long months. When asked why, he just shrugged. Let's watch this explosive conclusion. The frantic woman begged them not to call anyone. She kept demanding everybody stop wildly pointing and screaming at the real girlfriend. The devastated victim realized he had been cheating all along. The team had video proof of the infidelity, exposing his massive lie about the property. Abel demanded answers. Well, you and I know why his girlfriend hired an investigator. Let's watch this unfold as she throws their early dates right in his face. She exposed the wine, the hidden text messages, and the lies. He had been seeing this other girl for over 2 years. The shocked mistress realized she had been involved for 2 years. She screamed at Abel, mocking his old promises that she was truly special. He told both women the exact same story. Abel stood there, completely speechless. She ordered him to back off and demanded he keep his hands away. The host calmly stepped in, asking the cheating boyfriend to share his side without getting mad. The investigator tried to diffuse the tension, asking what happened. The host explained how the girlfriend thought everything was fine, right up until the investigators captured crystal clear pictures of the scandalous affair. It was shocking. Abel fumbled for words, weakly claiming he had been her devoted guy for 3 years. He insisted he was her man. He complained she was always working. The host questioned why he hadn't just communicated with her. Abel blamed her busy schedule, whining that she only cared about school and her job. She fired right back, exposing how he was always out with his friends or his mistress. Now he faced 2 extremely furious women standing right there. The girlfriend reminded him that she generously let him move into her house when he was broke and had nowhere else to live. She realized he had been using her, angrily demanding to know exactly how long. Abel finally admitted it had been 4 months. The investigator pointed out the affair started when he got his new job, asking what his excuse was to both women now. He lived with his loyal girlfriend, yet he had the nerve to bring his new mistress directly to their shared home. The host coldly warned the cheater that he better find a new place to stay tonight. The furious girlfriend made it incredibly clear he was getting kicked out of their house permanently. Abel rudely shot back, claiming he would rather live out on the streets than with her. Stick with me. The host was about to drop the hidden surveillance video from the market. He offered the footage so she could see the painful truth of what had been happening. But the host had one very specific question for the mistress standing there. He asked if they had bought wine together during that little trip to the supermarket. The video showed them arriving at the house with Abel clearly unbuttoning his pants as he walked outside. It also caught the other woman wiping something off her face inside his car. The mistress broke down, swearing she wouldn't have stayed if she knew he was taken. She wasn't that girl. She defended herself, insisting that Abel had told her he was completely single. The host noted she looked extremely guilty, but the woman continued to cry and deny everything. She redirected her anger to Abel, shouting about how he had lied to her constantly. Sobbing over his lies, she angrily told him to go away. The mistress kept repeating that she had no idea because he never told her a thing. She swore she would never have participated in the affair if she had only known. Upset, she declared she wanted absolutely nothing to do with him anymore. The bewildered girlfriend just wanted to talk and get some real answers. She asked him what all this meant since he kept her entirely blind. Abel quietly muttered that they started as friends before things escalated, ignoring advice to walk away. He claimed the affair happened simply because the timing felt right. The host pushed forward, noting that the secret romance had apparently started as a friendship. The host made him explain his lies to her. What do you and I think? Picture this. She demanded he explain exactly what happened, while he insisted they were just friends. She demanded to know why he hadn't told the truth. She questioned the phone call, calling him a lying piece of trash. She told him he was garbage for lying, demanding he pack his things immediately. She swore she never wanted to see him again, warning him never to call or show up at her house. He surrendered, agreeing to end things right then and there. She ordered him to grab his stuff and get the hell out of her house. But she insisted he needed a police escort, refusing to let him inside alone. Meanwhile, someone tried to pull him aside as he paced around in endless circles. They begged him to stop for just 1 second to talk. He snapped back that he was done telling them to leave. The host asked the other woman if he claimed to have no significant other. She confirmed that he told her he was single and totally available. She explained he was looking for a girlfriend when they first met at the bar. They quickly became friends on Facebook. One thing led to another, and soon they were officially dating each other. He was told to walk away like a dog with its tail tucked. The host thanked the other woman for her honesty and her time. He announced he would go find them. Things escalated as he was ordered out. She screamed at him to leave her life. They asked what she wanted to do. They wondered where he went and if she had said her final piece. With the cheating partner banished, the host reminded her the final choice was hers. He asked what her choice was. She was done, devastated by the explosive fallout of the affair. Rain Brown realized she had some serious life changes to make moving forward. You and I will find out her final decision at the show's end. But first, Ryan explained how he got caught with his pants down delivering pizza the day the crew busted him. Ryan recalled that the day they got caught was definitely an interesting one. He mentioned they had ordered pizza and were planning to have lunch. He described having the lights turned down low, a cozy fire burning, and everything feeling great. He claimed they were just chilling out. He admitted she was out of her clothes, and they were getting heavily involved. His pants were literally down around his ankles when the door suddenly burst wide open. He heard her husband start yelling, though he couldn't even remember the exact words. He said the whole confrontation felt like an instant, chaotic blur. Suddenly, he saw the husband standing there with a massive camera crew flooding in behind him. Security guards and a host with a microphone appeared, leaving him utterly stunned and confused. The next thing he knew, he was literally being chased all around the room. He slipped around like a fool, while the husband demanded to know why Mary was naked. Mary stammered that it was absolutely nothing. The host introduced himself as Clark. Let's face it, her husband hired the crew to catch her cheating on camera. Stick with me, he was hired. Yes, because of his blatant infidelity. The delivery guy ended up losing his job. Tom called the pizza shop furious, demanding his manager tell him if she was in the habit of employing gigolos to seduce married women. His boss confronted him right away, demanding to know if he was sleeping with other customers. And when he casually told her, actually, yeah, he figured there was absolutely zero reason to lie about it. So he came completely clean, admitting to her it definitely wasn't his first offense. He openly confessed to meeting plenty of lonely housewives on his delivery routes. Husbands, beware. If your wife orders extra pizza, she might just be getting extra pepperoni, too. He panicked as his clothes were tossed. He scrambled to dress, wondering why the furious boyfriend was completely losing it. He desperately begged for his clothes back, blamed for destroying lives he swore he didn't mean to. The cheated boyfriend exploded. How could it be an accident when they were hooking up right on the couch? He felt the situation was pretty simple. They had their fun and did their thing. Now he was just moving on. She was never his only side piece. He fully planned to just keep living his life. Let's look at the fallout together. Rain Brown permanently dumped the suspect, even hiring movers to clear his items. Rain admitted she was completely shocked by Abel's betrayal, but firmly refused to waste any more precious energy dealing with him. She simply thanked cheaters. When cornered by our producers, suspect Abel actually expressed deep remorse for the whole situation. Abel claimed he felt totally lost, offering sincere apologies for deeply hurting both Rain and Danny in the process. He desperately tried reaching out, but naturally, neither woman wanted absolutely anything to do with him anymore. Meanwhile, companion Danny Cooper spoke at length with us about the affair. Cooper kept apologizing, fiercely insisting she never would have gotten involved with such a massive liar if she had only known he already had a girlfriend. We all know the drill. If you don't get your programming from Goldstein's, we will both just lose money.